Okay, so what I'm going to do, I wrote a plan. I asked AI to write a plan for me. That the game is very simple. Usually want to play the game, guessing the game between 1 and 100. If it's like too big, the program will tell you too big, too small, too small will tell you too small. And usually will end up using this, right? But I do not only do that, I want to make sure you can observe how AI thinks, reasons, right? And later in the game, right, user's behavior, all the metrics user is doing actually should be captured in some observability platform. And everything is powered by Apache Doris, okay? Of course, the cloud part is not. And everything else is actually powered by Apache Doris, okay? So in order to do that, right, I have okay. One second. I hope now works. Because I already have a working copy, so I want to revert it. Have you guys used LXC before?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Instead of Docker.
it's a Docker, but it's actually running like a machine, right? For example, I have a demo already working. So I want to stop it and roll back to the previous state. So this demo has two snapshots. I'm going to revert back to the original snapshot. Does it allow me to restore? Maybe syntax error. Okay, now it's blank. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I will speak. So basically, I have a clock here, right? And besides clock, there's almost nothing. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I have a workspace, I have a number guessing game here, right? There's nothing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to instruct Claude to install some skills, right? So that we can use the Claude to generate a code and also generate observability code so that we can do some meaningful stuff here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run some prompts. It's actually, everything is actually pre-created, actually. Actually, you can go to, this is also our part, like views. So I'm going to do this, okay? Copy this prompt, it's the same. So let me do this. Yes, I trust. I'm going to switch to, paste here, right? I'm going to ask Claude to run it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I need to log in. I go. Shit, I think this will take longer than expected. I hope you don't mind. Let me see, Cloud with subscription. Open browser.
Relax, you can do it.
And nobody leaves before this completes. Okay, this one probably everyone already seen it many times. I hope I still have enough tokens. I think I didn't copy successfully. Paste. Works. Okay. Let me try that again. So this basically is telling Claude to actually download the skill and install locally, right? So everything you need to configure your skill is already given. So, but I realized in the recent Claude, actually it does not like the way we do it. So later I may have to say dangerously accept. I think everyone does that every day, right? Okay, allow. I already have it in fish. Please sign out using fish. So fish is actually the shell I usually use. Anyone use fish shell? Nobody? You should try it. Actually, it's one of the, awesome by default shell. Okay, if I'm my key, so it's going to configure for it. Yes. Actually, I can do the auto mode. Okay, now it should not bother me.
So have you introduced what live views is?
Sorry?
What live
view is actually it's a LLM observability tool actually. So later I'm going to show you how does it look like on live views. Even my interaction with Claude, right? And the user playing a game will be visible on live views actually. So you'll see that. And one thing I don't really like Claude is actually, it's kind of slow compared to Codex, right? Codex will start editing almost in 3 seconds, right? Claude will be thinking for 10 seconds, 20 seconds before doing anything.
Maybe you can set your upper level to a low level.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So I'm going to walk you through the next step. Once I install this, right, then I'm going to ask the code to write the code using my design, right? Then I'm going to play the game. The game will be simply playing, right? That's simply the clock stuff. Then I'm going to ask the code, say, hey, I want to add observability to it, right? So the code will add observability. I will play again. Then I'll show you the observability. So that's the plan. Meanwhile, I promise you I'm not cheating. So I'm going to copy the plan into the workspace. All right. So I'm going to design. Okay. Hopefully it's clear enough. Actually, you know what? I can do another Claude window and start writing code because the tools installation and this probably have no overlap, right? Okay. Can you write the code according to plan please? Dangerously accept. Okay, let me just see. I think the game is already built, right? But now it's just a boring game, right? So let's say I'll play the game. You probably have already. Sorry, okay. Sorry. Never seen it before.
Looks like you are using a fake cloud.
Yeah. It's a real stuff. I was surprised this took very long to install, but let's see. Oh, actually, it was still. I need to recompile. Alright, so let me try to play 50 to be okay. 25, 37, 44, 48, 46. Yeah. So that's quite difficult, right? You can play it. I mean, very boring. I hope that is done. Update config, okay. Oh, is it done? It's not done yet. Not done yet. Let me see what skills are there. Oh, it's not complete yet. So, you guess what? We have to wait. Probably the reason. The auto mode actually will decline some of the things, so that's why it's actually taking time. Try again. Okay, so now I can instrument the thing according to here, right? Do we have a
leave this running aside, right? I will see whether I'll keep an eye on this. So while it's running, I will show you the second demo. It's running so that later I can look at it, right? The second one let me say, second one is it's a real-time e-commerce example, actually. So in this demo, we actually fused in a few elements here. So we have an application, which is the Go application here. We actually use a PostgreSQL as the backend store for users, products, orders, and shipments, right? And they are written to Postgres. And the Postgres has a CDC synchronization with Doris automatically built into Doris. And then from Doris, we are going to do some business analytics, right? And we are going to service the dashboards, the streams, stats, dashboard, and the Doris query, right? So here it is architecture. Streams actually is basically a data generator. So I have built some data generator. Basically every second I'm going to have users generated, product generated, order generated, shipments generated, right? They're going to write in the Postgres in real time, right? I can just QPS of each of the things, but I have like 10 events per second per user, 2 events per second for products, and 10 events per second for orders, and etc. Right? So this has been running for a while. Okay. Then I can increase this maybe for users. I increase the QPS to orders. Maybe. 20, okay, apply. Then I will see more events or orders, right? Then I have a dashboard, actually shows, this dashboard is actually shown on Doris actually, right? So you can see this one, can see the orders coming in real time, is refreshed every second. Whenever an order happens in the Postgres, within a second, they will show in Doris, right? And in Doris, we are calculating, technically you will do hourly revenue, right? But in demo, you probably will not be here to wait for 1 hour. So I'm showing per minute revenue, right? This per minute revenue is actually calculated in Doris in real time. So you can see the order number is growing. For the current minute, the order is growing. This is growing as well. When the minute cross this minute, you'll go to the next minute, and they will come in like a second, right? So this comes actually one of the important thing about Doris actually is that Doris has a materialized view. So for all the things we can materialize things because query is at high frequency. Many people watch the dashboard, right? Doesn't mean that we have to scan millions of orders and do the calculation every time it's refreshed. No, because Doris can do the partition-based refresh. That means if this partition is not updated, the materialized view is already having the latest state, right? You viewed yesterday, the total revenue for yesterday is already calculated. You just spend 2 milliseconds and the result is there, right? So that's the beauty of the materialized view. I'm using materialized view here so that you can see the data is fresh, yet I don't need to do a fresh computation, right? I can also see the top selling products by category. I can also see the career, which career is actually has the highest average shipping minutes, right? You can see them, which is good, which is bad. And I want to show you one interesting stuff is actually, for example, I can do an update to Doris, to Postgres right here. You do this one. Yes. I can do an update to this one, for example, I need to, okay, I can do an update to this, right? This saves to Postgres, right? Okay, remember this 12 is saved to Postgres. If I go to Doris query right now on the user, demo 606. That means whenever I change in the Postgres, it's already refreshed. And the query takes 16 milliseconds, right? Because everything is so fast. Of course, we can also show shipments. There's no such shipments. Right? I can run the shipments. I search this order ID. I also show you some things like, for example, here, I'm joining the orders and shipments, right? If you use ClearHouse, you probably know that it's typically not possible because they cannot do like join very efficient, right? So I can run this join, this order with shipments. I can actually look up not only order but their the order status as well as the shipment status. Actually, it's the order table join the shipment table together, right, in real time, and it takes like less than 50 milliseconds, right, something like that. So you can see this happens in real time. Okay, so this is still going. So I will do another demo. Another demo will be showing you incredible thing here. Actually, I wrote some Doris demo. I have a single node Doris actually I set up somewhere. I want to show you I can load 10 million rows per second into that single node Doris. Right? Of course, if you have more than one node, it goes almost linearly. But this actually show you that actually how I have a Doris bench. You can see we'll delete the table and start loading. 11 million rows per second, right? Seven.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. This one you can see here. This actually shows how crazy is the performance we are talking about in Doris. We're talking about 11 million as the first second, then fluctuating between 8 to 10 million rows per second, loading into Doris on the single node machine. Yeah. Okay, I hope the code is done. Yeah, code is done. Let me do a check and do a play. Okay. I hope it does work. Okay, let me try the number again. 50, too big. Okay, 24, 12, 18, too big, is it? Okay, 16, 14, 15. Okay, got it. Okay, I'll play again. I guess 60, small, 80, 70, 65, 67, 68. Okay, I'm not playing anymore. Okay. All right. So this is actually live views. I have a project set up already. So let me see whether I can show you that. So you can see the trace. Okay, you can see. What's this? Okay, this is my gameplay, I believe. Does it? Oh, it shows this shows the observability of my code, right? I've guessed the number. Number 2, I guess was 80. Result was too big, right? I used 2 seconds. I use all the guess. Become that's the correct answer, right? So this is actually my round 2 and my round 1 is the other round I played, right? And my cloud interaction is also here. What did I do? Yeah. So this I think this is the installation of the skill, right? So my interaction with Claude actually is observable. You can see the agent reasoning, what did it do, and if you use Python to check something, it failed, then what's the fallback plan, right? The reasoning is already captured here, all the prompts, the response, the time taken, is actually all observable here. Okay, so that's actually shows 2 things. One is actually the agent coding, right? You can observe with the Doris. This observability platform, live views, is powered by Doris. Then in the game, right, or in the whatever coding you are doing, you want to observe your code and see your logic. You simply ask the live views stack to observe, to inject the observability point for you, and you can analyze in the observability later with a lot of details, right? Yeah, here actually my 100 million rows has been inserted, average like 380 megabytes per second, average of 9.8 million rows per second, right? So that's my demo. Do you have any questions?